It was a long time ago now.
Tell me about it.
Oh, I was young. I was very young at the time, and I didn't know how young I was. I mean, you never know how young you are when you're young. You understand youth through age.
Well, how young were you?
I was so young. The earth was still forming. Rocks were sliding. Saplings were peeping their heads out of the ground, and clouds were only just beginning to part to let the sun shine through.
Well, that sounds like the dawn of time.
It was pre-dawn,
Uh,
and the birds were yet to fly, the bees to buzz, and the snakes to slither. And the waters were just winding their ways down the mountain to form the great oceans. And the clay was only beginning to bake into the land.
you were around then.
As I said, yes, yes, I was a youngin. We're not here to talk about my age, though, are we? I mean, I would say I think I look quite handsome for being 1,000 years old now.
I admit you certainly managed to keep those muscles bulging.
Ah, yes, I can still press 2 mountains and maintain a meteoric running pace.
I can tell. I once read that you can cover 54 kilometers in one somersault.
I can cover 54 clicks. Get it right.
Sorry. Let's get on with it. We're here to talk about your youth. All of those fabulous exploits, the wars with the gods, the fabled journey west, and perhaps get some unknown details about the revered Tripitaka.
Tripitaka! Tripitaka! Everyone wants to talk about Tripitaka! No. I am the hero of the story. He is the sidekick.
Yes, of course, great Monkey King. I didn't mean to offend you.
Well, you did.
Let's keep going. You weren't always a god, were you?
No. I began life as a demon, but my studies in Tao practices began what was to be my destiny. The great Monkey King. Yeah. Yes.
You were quite a hustler in your early years, were you not?
Enough! It was my karma, my destiny. I had no choice about my circumstances. All I could do was to work to improve them. Yes.
I understand. It is all any of us can try and do.
Yes.
It is relevant, though, is it not? Without conning the Dragon King, you wouldn't have your magic staff now, would you?
Yes, that is true.
It needs to be mentioned, though, but because the gifts you extorted led the other demons to bring you in front of the kings of hell to atone for your crimes.
Short-sighted fools!
You were sentenced to death. How did you manage to avoid that fate?
Because I am the great sage! Yes, being smarter than everybody else is easy for me to sneak off and wipe my name out of the book of life and death. Yes.
Is that how you became a god?
Yes. The Jade Emperor himself noticed my incredible abilities and intelligence and promoted me to god status and invited me up to heaven. Yes.
I assume he gave you quite a high rank.
No, he is a sneaky one. He gave me the title of the protector of the horses, which sounded very grand indeed, but it was really an insult. I was the stable boy. No! No! I returned to my own kingdom and assumed my own title as the great sage, heaven's equal. I was too smart for them after all. Yes?
that wouldn't have made the emperor happy.
No, no, no. It did not. But he had no choice but to admit the truth. He understood that I really was the equal of heaven and was too afraid to upset me. Indeed, indeed. I was invited back into heaven with a new status, that of the guardian of the heavenly peach garden.
The peach garden. Wow.
No, it was another trick. They had a big party, but no one invited me. No, no, no. I was so angry. So I helped myself to the food and wine. And quite a lot of wine. Yes, I didn't want to talk to anyone, so I went for a wander. And I climbed so many steps. You had no idea how many steps there are in heaven. No, I was thirsty. And when I got to the top, guess what I found up there? Another peach garden. So I had a couple. I did.
Why was that so significant?
They were the peaches of immortality. They were.
So that's how you became immortal.
Indeed. I had to make a run for it after that, though. The Jade Emperor was not pleased at all.
Is that how that started? Is that what started the war?
Indeed. He sent a host of celestial warriors after me. All 28 constellations. Indeed. All 4 heavenly kings. Too. Yes.
And you won.
No. It was a mighty battle, full of Taoist and Buddhist forces. But finally it was Bodhisattva who brought me down. Yes.
What did you do then? Were you punished?
Yes. They locked me in the fiery crucible, but to their great disappointment, the fires forged my body into something stronger, which is why I am impervious to damage. Yes, when they led me out, I was so outraged that I destroyed the damned thing. Yes.
How did Buddha get involved in all of this?
Once I was free, and when they realized I wasn't cowed, get it?
Mm.
Did you see what I did there? Yes. They got scared and went running to Buddha.
And what did Buddha do?
He tricked me. Yes. He was a horrible trickster. You can't trust any of them. No.
How did he trick you?
He bet me I couldn't fly off his palm. Well, off I went all the way to the end of the world, right up to the 5 pillars. I even peed on one of them and tagged another as proof. I did. But when I got back, though, it turns out that he had enchanted me and I had never left his palm at all.
What?
What I thought were the 5 pillars were really the Buddha's 5 fingers. Yes, he knew he couldn't beat me in a fair fight, so he had to cheat. Indeed.
And that's when he imprisoned you in the mountains where Tripitaka found you.
Yes. 500 years, not a day more, not a day less. And then right on the dot of 500, that's when the monk turned up. Indeed, demanding I accompany him and those other 2 numbskulls on their journey through India to find the lost scrolls.
Well, thank you, Monkey King. It is rare for you to talk about your early years. We appreciate your time and your honesty.
Yes. And Everyone talks about Tripitaka, but I realize it's time to set the record straight. Let everyone know how it is unfathomable that he could have completed the journey without me. Indeed, indeed.
Thank you, great sage. Coming up next, we speak to the very mysterious minor god, Sandy.